My mother's dead. Ha ha.
Mom died, right? When?
Yeah, she killed herself. It's on the new DVD.
Oh. What was that? Did I know that? I think
in 2008, there was a statute of limitations before I could tell the whole story.
Oh, wow.
So what happened to your mom? What can you tell us? I know you don't want to give away the whole bit.
She was dying of emphysema.
Right.
And
she was a lifetime smoker?
Yeah. Cool Milds back when they made them, and then generics at the end. Some shitty brand. But yeah, she was drowning in her own fluids and had to cash out. But she was sober. I don't know if that was off the air.
I asked only because you had said that she was sober, so I was like hoping that she was
sober for like 20-something years. And then somewhere, I think, 2003, 4, whenever the Man Show was, I found out she had started drinking again. And she hadn't told me. She was hiding it from me. And then I know it was the Man Show. We were doing wraparounds for the Comedy Central, the Commie Awards. Remember they tried to do an award show?
Yeah, I do.
And we filmed wraparounds on a cruise ship. So I took her on a cruise ship with me. I was working, and she was drunk and gambling. I knew she was drinking, and they flew us first class, which at that point I've never even. Ooh, first class. The big seats, and they had champagne. They'd bring out.
Oh.
So I like, Ma, you want champagne with me? Like, so she could. I knew she was drinking, but she didn't
like,
know I knew.
Stop hiding this, please.
Stop sneaking in.
So we got hammered, and it was great, and she just gambled the whole time. A woman who, in real life, I'm too tired to bring my fucking groceries upstairs. But you can gamble for 72 hours
straight.
Like, I've fallen asleep, passed out, blacked out. You're still at the slot machine. You have that? Yeah.
It really is an amazing thing when you're gambling, round the clock.
It's like cocaine for me.
It could just go round the clock. And meanwhile, if I was home, I'd have taken 50 naps already. And but I could sit at a table.
If I get on a gambling jag, I'll chew through my cheek like I do when you do coke, and you're just jawing. It's the exact. It has to be the same chemical,
dopamine or whatever the fuck it is that your body sends out when it feels good.
I can stay up for fucking 4 days just to beat this chink.
That'll be a big test if I drink or not at a blackjack table.
That'd be tough.
Because let me tell you, I've made some pretty good money. Because I was betting a lot, because I was drunk.
Right, but that would actually be a good rehab. I've tried to figure out my own rehab. If I wanted to quit everything, jet skis. It boils down to jet skis.
Really?
I remember in the early days where I could not imagine going more than 15 minutes without a cigarette. That's why I started taking Xanax on planes to sleep for the entire flight.
Because you wanted to
torture
smoke.
to not smoke on a flight.
Right. But there was a time where I was going through Lake Powell in Arizona on my way to Colorado driving, and I had time to kill, and I rented a jet ski by myself for 2 hours, and I just zipped around.
It was great,
late. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I go, I never wanted a cigarette once. For 2 hours, I never thought, I got to stop jet skiing to have a cigarette.
Right.
And that's the nebulous. Like, if you wanted to quit something and not think about it, well, what is it about jet skiing? Like that whole, what is it about that headspace, and how do you make that into something that
you just got jet ski 8 hours a day?
Or just make people stay on the water all the time. So they smoke and wet.
Just fucking plan some kind of heist like Heat with Robert De Niro. They didn't. Oh fuck, yeah, I'm in a shootout with the cops and Kevlar. I need a cigarette.
Yeah, you're not thinking about it.
You would think that's a time you would want a cigarette, but they didn't think about that.
No.
Those guys that actually did the Heat heist in L.A. with the Kevlar helmets.
That's
and
an
shit.
amazing scene.
It's fucking fantastic.
I need to know how.
I bet they were smokers.
I need to know how your mom killed herself.
Pills.
She went with the pills.
Yeah, morphine.
Wow.
I don't want it's one of those stories where you don't want to do the bit, but the bit is the story.
Right.
I think it's just an interesting story. I'm sure.
She knew it was time, and we knew she was going to get to a point. She wouldn't stop smoking. In fact, we had quit smoking for almost a year at that point, and we had a last cigarette with Mother when she was killing herself.
Oh my God!
Wait, were you around when she did it?
Yeah. I was around. Again, there's legalities where you go, okay,
right.
Hey, this is a bit, by the way. It's just comedy.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, let's just say this: were you shocked that she took pills, or maybe did you suspect she was going to?
Well, no. You have to help some people move. Someone's going to move, and you have a pickup truck. You got to help. Someone's your mother. They're going to kill themselves. You have to do some research. I didn't buy her a shotgun.
Yeah.
You don't want to clean that up.
I didn't assist the suicide so much as bar back it, because at that point, that's where we were. She had been 4 years sober at the end. She went off, and she again, an ugly drunk. She left a suicide, not even a note, but a Post-it. We moved to Arizona. I said, Ma, we're going to get settled in. We'll move you out. She can't be in L.A. by herself. She was She was 63. Her head was around. Her body was failing.
Yeah,
she was weak emotionally. So she called up like a month and a half after we moved to Arizona, like warbly, drunk. I don't take it. I don't want to. I'm a burden. I'm going to kill myself. So we have to drive 9.5 hours to L.A. in the middle of the night, get there in the morning. She had a suicide Post-it. Doug, I still have it. Doug, pain is too much.
Wow.
Not even a whole letter.
Wow.
So we got So we got her out there. So she rehabbed, but when she was going to kill herself, I'm going, you're not going to do this sober, right? That's dumb. You're ready to make this choice. I'll
tie one on.
That. She's fucking drowning alive.
How did she tell you she was going to kill herself? Was it a phone call?
No, it was. We know what's going to happen. She's either going to die or kill herself.
Right.
She'd been life flighted to Tucson twice, where they put a suction thing into your lungs. Yeah. She was so addicted to painkillers at that point that when I went to see her, one time we had to fly back from Costa Rica. They go, your mom's been life flighted the first time, and I went to see her at TMC, and she's got the thing down in her lungs. She can't talk. There's a tube in her fucking mouth, and she writes down Vicodin, and I'm like, what am I gonna put him in the tube? And she nods, like that's not really an option.
Wow.
Holy fuck! And she was not a stupid. You've met my mother.
Yeah, she was lovely.
Yeah, she
was in Vail the first time you met her.
She's a fucking crazy truck driver mouth. Everyone thought she's adorable. Oh, your mother swears like a truck driver.
That's adorable.
I remember a fucking quote from her at Vail, and I think you were at the table. She always called you, he's like my son. I told him one time, yeah, Ma, it's like he doesn't remember you. That was fucking 15 years ago.
Wow.
James Inman, he's like my son. Yes, Ma.
You and I shared a room, and you had all of your possessions. That's my most defining memory of Doug is Doug with all of his possessions on his bed. Like, he wouldn't put anything.
I didn't have a home. I lived out of my car. So, yeah, you bring your shit in.
It's just bring it indoors.
But not even in the drawers. Yeah, it was just all
laid out.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a fascinating. That's a fascinating story with your mom. That's amazing. And then you guys were around that actual day, or?
Yeah. Well, she came to the house, and I laid down ground rules, and this is in the bit, but it's true. I said, because she had balked at suicide so many times over her life, just, for need for someone to, hey, I'm going to, she tried to kill herself, like, with aspirin or whatever. When she was young, she'd talk about, but, so I know it's serious, but at the same time, is this a ploy just to get over to my house from your hoarder paradise in the other side of Bisbee, Arizona? And so I said, if you're going to kill yourself for real, you can't do it Sunday or Monday because that's football. It's an actual conversation. If you can call your own time to leave this fucking world, you don't do it during someone else's party on purpose just to be a dick.
Right.
And you have to do it 2 weeks from now because that's when my manager is coming down and he has no sense of humor about, oh, your mother's going to kill yourself. So I gave her a time period. Otherwise, you go back to... And yeah, she killed herself. It was Thursday she came in. She killed herself on the Saturday night. We watched Bad Santa together, favorite movie, and she choked down 90 morphine tablets, and the details are...
Wow.
Yeah, and we made up White Russians. So she's choking them down with White Russians. We had a party. We fucking roasted her. We made fun of her. We made it into a goof. It was the most beautiful death. Like, Ma, wait, they found a cure. It's one of the jokes, but it was an actual quote.
Holy
she's like giving us the finger, like laughing.
Holy shit, I'm blown away.
Between I was a bad mother and then just laughing. And it was,
What did you think the minute that she shut down? Like when she finally closed her eyes and you knew it was done?
Well, it's funny because we kind of shut down before she did completely.
You passed out at
a fucking 83-pound, 63-year-old woman fucking drank us under the table. where she was gone, but she was still breathing. And
right.
And then we start playing music, which she hated music, but she's not there. She's not bitching about it. She's too far gone. So we crank up some Counting Crows. Fuck you, I like them.
You do like the Counting Crows,
yes.
Huh?
And then we just like
then who do you call? There's so many questions here. I don't know what you want to talk about. The
saddest part is my mother at 63 had pushed so many. We called my brother while she was doing it so she could say goodbye. He knows it's going to happen. Well, okay, it's actually happening. She calls my brother, goodbye, and there's no one else to call. She pushed so many people out of her life by being such a miserablist that there was nobody. How are you 63 years old and you die? And There was no obituary or gravestone. We gave her body to science, whatever fucking, institution has the program where you don't have, because I'm not fucking burying someone. It's dumb. Paxton, Massachusetts.
Except
the
for
fucking Boston bomber. We have a plot for you. Plug.
So
wait. My plug. I plugged Doug Stanhope, CelebrityDeathPool.com.
Right.
Please. That's another whole story. Most fun I've ever had gambling. But that's Doug Stanhope's. Go find that. And yeah.
Wait. So now your mom's dead. So who you call the next day?
Oh, to take care of the
I don't know
business,
what you want to talk about. So shut me down anytime you want.
No, these are like the story is so detailed that when I try to make it into a bit, it was just all right. Now it's 20 minutes of you talking about your dead mother. Get to the point. But that was one of the funny things. Bingo, she came to our house and they set up a hospital bed in hospice care. Set up a hospital bed in the living room. And I had a friend that would change her catheter when I. Because I'm not touching my mother's vagina.
Right.
I don't have. I gave birth to you. Well, I didn't ask you to.
Yeah.
I'll get someone to do it.
Plus, who needs to fucking realize at that moment, like, wow, this is fantastic.
8.2% unemployment rate in Cochise County. I can find someone to fucking change a Foley bag. So when she's gone, but she's still like
breathing.
Oh, she's breathing, but she's gone. But she's breathing. And then we've been drinking White Russians with her, and we'd already taken Xanax before she decided it's time to go. And we're like, oh, fuck. Finally, we pass out, and a caretaker called the paramedics. A hospice patient has died. The paramedics came in and tried to take Bingo's body because she's passed out on the couch. We have an L-shaped couch. So I'm on one side of the L, she's on the other. Right. My mother's in a hospital bed, and they go directly to Bingo thinking she's a corpse.
Holy shit.
And I don't want to say her name, but the caretaker is like, it's her. And they were outside in sheer blushing embarrassment that they accidentally went for
a living girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I was going to
Anyway, the caretaker stayed up through the night till she was dead. Well, we were just like, all right, I'm tired of waiting for it. I'll crash. She'll be dead at some point. I'll wake up. So we woke up to the paramedics taking her out.
But emphysema would have been. That's why Kevorkian, it was something merciful.
You're drawing your own fluids.
That would have been. What exactly does it? I know
it's like being waterboarded.
It just stops your lungs from working, or
they can't pump the fluids anymore.
You can breathe, but there's no oxygen getting into your system. Right.